Hello, this is. Oh, hopefully you can hear me. There we go. Hopefully, this is lesson five's homework, all about conditional statements. And conditionals are a really important part of programming. So we're going to go through the homework for this week, but I'm not going to give you direct answers. I'm going to give you some context and show you how to do things, but I'm not going to give you direct answers. So let's take a look at this. The conditional statement is very easy to do. So for example, we can have number. We can say that number is going to be equal to an input that the user gives us. Give us a number. And remember, when we have something like this, this is automatically a string, so we need to convert it into a number, which we can do super easily. So we're going to say if int number is greater than 50, then print you are rich. Wow. And if it's not, if it's anything else, we can just say print you are poor. Now, this works because there's only really a few options. Well, there's only two options. We're only looking for if they have more than 50, and anything else we can classify as if they're poor. But you notice that I put in 50, and it still says you are poor. That's because I said if you are over 50. If I do this, now this will give us you are rich when we type in 50. However, if we want to add in more options, which we can say int number, like so, greater or equal than 30. You can say print buy me dinner. Print this off. You can say it says give us a number, let's do 30, buy me dinner. Now, what's really important to know is that if we switch these two over, if we switch these statements over from line 3 to line 5, so let's say this is 50, this is 50, no matter what we put in now, as long as it's over 30, only this conditional statement on line 3 is going to be activated. So we can put 60, and you can say it only ever says you are rich, right? Because this never ever gets to see the Python programming language. The way Python works is it runs from the top, runs to the bottom. So because this is inside, and everything would be true for this, if we type anything above 30, this never actually gets activated because, well, 50 is above 30, so this activates and then it prints you are rich, and then it just skips these four and goes right to line 10 or line 9. So it's important to understand that depending on where your code is, it might not activate. Now, this should take you to part 1, part 2, and it shouldn't be too difficult. Perfect. Remember, if you want to add more than one option, you can just use elif, put the condition in, and if you want to account for everything else that's not in the if, elif, then just use else. Good. Now we're going to use something, or we're going to work on case sensitivity. So let's say sport. Okay, give us a sport. And what we want to do is we want to check to see. We check to see if sport has a capital letter, right? Now the worksheet uses soccer, but it's super easy to only account for one sport. So what are we going to do? We're going to say if sport is equal to sport dot lower, meaning if it's all capital letters, then we can say print your favorite sport is let's use the F string. Actually, we'll just say your favorite sport is in lowercase. And if it's not, if we say if sport is equal to sport dot title, then we can say print you capitalized your sport. So press play, and let's see what happens. And this should be elif, not if, elif. There we go. Perfect. Let's say soccer. You capitalize your sport, great. We'll put in soccer now. Your favorite sport is in lowercase, so this works super easily, right? Really good. We can even add more variations, like, for example, we can say elif sport is equal to sport dot upper. Then we could say print why are you shouting at me? And this should have two P's. There we go. Press play. Let's do soccer. Why are you shouting at me? Good. Wonderful. Now, part 5 is where things get tricky, and part 5, part 6, and part 7 kind of build into each other. So I'm going to go ahead and go straight to part 7, and then this should actually help you do part 5 and part 6 too. So we're going to make a password checker, right? So let's say that the password is equal to swordfish, like so. Okay, and we can say something like, let's take a look. Okay, yes. We're going to say password guess is equal to input. What is the password? Now, I'm going to print password guess here, just so you can see. If I say what is a password, I say swordfish like this. We also want to be able to accept this input, just like I said in the part 7 homework guide. So what do? Well, first we need to make sure that we convert password into lower, convert password guess into lower, so that it always equates to this right here. So we can say something like this. If password guess dot lower is equal to password, then we can say print that is right. Otherwise, we can say elif. Let's take a look. And actually, we should probably use this right here. So if password guess is equal to password, without converting it, then we can say print that is exactly right, like so. And this should be an elif because it's second. There we go. Now, what's the other thing we need to do? We need to also, lock out the user. Lock out the user if they give us too many tries, which is a bit difficult because you guys haven't learned about for loops just yet. So if that is too difficult, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you how to do it, but yeah, you don't need to do it in your words. So we'll say number of attempts as a variable, attempts equal to 0. Good, perfect. We'll put this maybe somewhere here. Good. So now each time they guess a password, we need to be able to increase this and then lock them out, which we'll actually need to use a while loop actually and a for loop, to be honest. So actually we won't be doing this because this will be way too complicated for you guys right now, but this is pretty much what we need to do for part 7. Now I did leave a few things out, so make sure you read the assignment because I left some things out, but if you would listen to this video, you watch this video, you will be able to do the homework. So guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.